For your own safety, it is important that you believe only the truth. And that is what you are about to see.
In 1971, the Chilean government employed industrial consultant and cybernetics expert Stafford Beer to create for them a sophisticated computerized system to help chart economic conditions and eventually public approval. Stafford called this system Cybersyn, combining the words cybernetics and synergy. In Chile, it was deemed Synco.
The project was incredibly ambitious. The Cybersyn team aimed to connect all of Chile into a single network.
They started in the factories, which had been rapidly nationalized during the beginning of Allende's tenure. Using a number of telex machines purchased by the previous regime, information was sent from the factories to the central command. There, with the help of software, economic decisions were supposed to be considered on a national scale, in almost real time. They built a control room that can't help but remind you of, something. Stanley Kubrick didn't make a movie between 1971 and 1975. He had a thing for IBM computers and contemporary design.
Who is this so-called Stafford character? He worked for one of the largest steel companies in the United Kingdom, United Steel, for years, and he was originally brought to Chile due to his work in the steel industry. He was a high-powered consultant who insisted on charging a $500 a day fee to the deeply indebted Chilean government.
His background is with the kinds of international, private companies that Allende's nationalizing policies were meant to combat. Nonetheless, he somehow convinced the Chilean government to fund his project.
Gentlemen, I know how anxious you've all been during these last few days, but now I think I can safely say that your time and money have been well spent. We're about to witness the greatest miracle of the machine age.
While the project was not completed before Allende's government toppled, it did have one great success. The installation of the telex machines in every factory was instrumental to the spread of food supplies and other necessities during the general strike of 1972. After this victory, Beer's immediate supervisor and collaborator in the Chilean government, Fernando Flores, was elevated to the role of Minister of the Economy. So why was the socialist nationalist president so attracted to the ideas of the capitalist Brit? The details are somewhat murky and based largely on Stafford Beer's own account of their interaction. He claims that the president, after being explained the idea, reacted by saying, "At last, El Pueblo." Perhaps Allende saw in Cinco an opportunity to understand the will of the people more purely, a task totally essential to his democratic, leftist project. Beer and his team knew that there was a serious risk that Cybersyn would be seen as dangerous technocratic overreach, even if the populist president gave it his approval. So they went to great lengths to establish the project's populist bona fides, even employing folk singer Angel Parra to write a song supporting Cinco's aims.
Hay que parar al que no quiera que el pueblo gane esta pelea. Hay que juntar toda la ciencia antes que acabe la paciencia.
And they believe that Cinco gave him an ability to realize the dream of his populist politics in a more sophisticated way than ever before. Perhaps the true voice of the people was the voice of a computer. The project was fundamentally utopian, imagining a future in which technology would help seamlessly construct a better society. The dystopic inverse of this radical vision is explored in Alejandro Jodorowsky's 1973 provocation, Holy Mountain. Midway through the film, Jodorowsky satirizes governmental attempts to model human behavior, creating a stylized central committee in which powerful forces in society use data to exercise control. The committee meets in a factory, in this case, a toy factory, and examines social data in the context of production.
The factory is filled with the kind of people that Allende might refer to as the Pueblo, but their role is farcical, wandering around the factory without apparent intentionality. The film was made during the Cybersynco years, and Jodorowsky, even with his globe-trotting tendencies, was Chilean. That he knew about the project is quite likely, given its relatively high profile in Chile.
The message of this hyperbolic satire is surprisingly clear, given that it was made by the famously inscrutable Jodorowsky.
The Central Committee is planning a war with Peru, and they intend to use their data to manipulate children into hating Peruvians as part of a long-term social engineering project.
Jodorowsky exposes the dangerous implications of the cybernetic desire to model and control society by reducing it to absurdity. These moments are comic, but their implications are not. When Pinochet took power, he attempted to gain control of the Cybersync system. While he failed, the fact remains. Perhaps the computer is not the voice of the Pueblo. Perhaps it is the voice of the autocrat.